This video is brought to you by AGFRC and the idea that we could take $250 of servos and toss them into this abomination called the Turbo Timber X just to see what would happen. Check it out, guys. AGFRC sponsored us with some awesome servos. They sent in the A20CLS servos that I'd had my eye on for a while, and I put them into the wings and the elevator and the fuselage of the abomination that I'm calling the Turbo Timber X. This is using some old decals I had laying around. You can see my Night Timber X wings are not exactly the same on the bottom as they are on the top. Listen to the quality of the servos. Look how precise that is. Super good quality out of this. They're not the cheapest thing in the world, but we wanted to see what 200 and some odd dollars of servo would get you on a foam airplane. So I figured, why not make this abomination and try it out? So this looks like a normal turbo timber, right? Except for the fact that it's using the Timber X style wings. This airplane's all beat up to hell. This is one of the planes that I've crashed a couple of times, but I figured why not try out these new servos, see how good they're actually going to be. Another thing that we're going to do is we're going to take these shutter bombs that I got from my friend Jay Kujan on YouTube. You might know him better as Garage RC. He recommended that I try these out, so we're going to give one a shot that's attached to the bottom of this timber, and we're going to do this quick because if I don't do it fast, it's going to go crazy. So we're going to put this here, pull this pin, and here we go. Oh yeah, look at that airflow. Oh yeah, I've always wanted to do this with a timber. Awesome. Let's get lower level with it. It's so cool to see the smoke and how it affects the plane. Let's go up and do a flat spin with it while we still have the ability to. Oh yeah, here we go. Comes right out of it, back into another Harrier. Look at how awesome this is. Shutter bombs are not cheap, guys, but they are so cool. Look at this. This is something I've always wanted to do. And it's actually not that hard to do. Although we're running out of smoke now, unfortunately. But I think we got a lot of the content that I wanted to get with it. Overall, man, these servos are freaking awesome. Look at how good these are. It makes the timber definitely fly a little bit better. It's still a wonky little airframe because it is a Timber X, basically, but it does do things like knife edge spins that it would never do before. Well, it almost did. Let's go up and do that again. Never could do that before. Whoa, got close to those trees. But man, it's just so freaking good. Like it's not the best 3D plane in the world, but it's a fun little thing to try with these servos. I wanted to see how good they would be, and they're very fast. I think what do you call it? The smoke bomb is definitely having an effect on the plane. Let's get those Harrier flaps pop back up so we stabilize that wing rock. It's definitely having an effect on the plane, not in the best way possible, but it still works. Let's go out there and get that. See what happened to it. Looks like it just flopped over. I think that extra weight is not helping it in the slightest. But that's okay. Let's throttle it back up. The prop's a little unbalanced, the plane's a little beat up, but I don't really care. I'm just out here having fun with it. And I want to show you guys what these awesome servos can do. Maybe I'm not giving them the best shake in the world with this old beat up airframe. 15.2 volts. But we'll find out. All right, here we go. Bringing it back up. Sorry, dear. A little bit of wind. Woo! Man, this thing is a weird looking plane, and it flies weird too. There we go, got it to stabilize in this knife edge. It actually does this better with the longer snoot than the Timber X does, oddly enough. Let's go ahead and bring her back around. 14.7 volts. There we go, get her stabilized in a high alpha, high beta knife edge again as soon as I can. I'm a little bit rustier at this angle. Man, I look like crap. Let's do it again. All right, roll her around. Try that again. You're not always going to be perfect at this. It definitely likes to do it more to the right than to the left. Come on, baby. Something's going on with that motor. It doesn't want to like perform as well as I was hoping it would. Let's see if it'll do inverted Harrier anymore. It will, but it wants to flip over itself. Good lordy. I like these new servos, man. I really do. I don't remember the turbo timber or the night timber being as responsive as this one is. I cannot get it to stabilize. There we go. Okay, we're gonna stop that before it hits a tree. Being dumb. I think the battery's getting low too. Having to carry that extra weight of the plane is not helping it at all. See what the roll rate is without the flaperons? Still pretty good. There we go. Got her in. That was pretty cool, man. A little bit of weirdness with it being a timber and all, but you know, still fun to do. So let's toss another battery into it, take it right back up. So yeah, my wife is currently inspecting the damage that this thing has incurred. I have put a brand new 13x4 prop on it and it's all messed up, but it still flies and it actually flies pretty good, even if it is a little unbalanced. All right, here we go. Hop into half flaps and bring it up. I don't even have a cross brace in the center or anything. So these wheels can easily, basically, what's the word to look for? Collapse from a side load. There's some thrust missing with the plane. It doesn't want to do some of these post-stall maneuvers as well as it would, but it's doing pretty good overall. I mean, it does the Harrier passes, no problem at all. Let's see if it'll hover anymore. Yeah, it's a timber, all right. It does hover, but sometimes they hover kind of weird. Stalling constantly. Let's see if I can get some actual performance aerobatics out of it. There, a quick pop-top style maneuver. It is weird, man. I like it. I think it would fly better if the prop wasn't all beat up, but I like it. There we go, going for that high beta knife edge. A little bit of rudder to counter out of that. I don't know if I'd recommend anybody else to do this. It's fun and it's weird, but like it's mostly just to show that the servos actually do make a little bit of a difference. It's much more responsive feeling, and if it had more thrust, I think it would actually work better. But the fact that it even works at all is pretty awesome in my opinion. Let's see if I can get it to knife edge spin all the way down this time. Could not. You have to be in the right rates. You have to be in high rates. You have to be 100%. You cannot be 150 to make this work. It's weird. Okay, so 100% rates now. Stick to the top. Once it gets into it, you can make it continue to do it, which is actually really cool. Let's do it one more time. I'll show you guys again the stick movements. It's full down elevator, a little bit of left aileron, and full left rudder and full throttle. All right, here we go. Now we're in it. Such a weird plane, man. Should not even be flying, considering how much damage it's taken, but it just continues to putt along. Let's get her down to a low-level Harrier hover.
That's what not having enough thrust will do, for sure. Let's see if it'll crankshaft now. Get the words out of my mouth correctly. Kinda. Golly, man, this is such an abomination of a plane, and I'm just surprised that it flies as well as it does. Come on, baby, turn around. It's got a ton of authority to do most of what I want to do, but it's fighting me so much. I'm going to turn the gyro completely off and fly it like that before we finish up here. There we go. Nice long rolling Harrier pass. There we go. Bring it into a Harrier. See if it'll fly a little bit better. No, it does not. Actually, it does like the gyro, but that's okay. We can still fly without it. Gyro off. It's kind of like trying to spin on its own power. Such a weird airframe, man. Like I'm torn between liking it and hating it. Plop, and the gear popped out of the socket. So let's just wrap it up there. There's not a whole lot more we can really do with it. We got the hovering, we got the smoke, we got the other cool stuff. You know, we got most of what we wanted to do done, right? So I'd say we did pretty decent. Let's take a look at that wheel dangling off here. It's popped out of the socket is basically what happened. I could just pop it right back in most likely, which fits in here, but I'd have to like unscrew it and stuff. So let me tell you, it's interesting. It's weird, but the servos that AGF sent, I'm gonna tear them right out, put them in something better. Obviously you don't want to put something like that into a timber, but I wanted to see what happens if we put $250-ish worth of servos into a plane that was not designed to take them, and what would happen. And it was actually some pretty cool stuff. The hovering with the smoke and everything else was pretty awesome. You can even see the leftover smoke remnants on the belly there. Overall, I liked it. I had fun. I flew it on some Spectrum 2200 packs I had laying around. I think it was interesting. The prop has seen better days for sure, but it's still cool. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll see you guys again next time.